For those new to biohacking, can you give like a quick summary of what biohacking
Yeah,
is?
biohacking is really just taking your health into your own hands. I mean, the name's a bit funny. It sounds a bit destructive, but it just really means kind of going beyond what the Western medical model might say about certain things, because they seem pretty limited. Using various technologies like light, supplements, magnetic therapy, peptides, like everything. It's just to really re-examine how the body, mind, and soul can get healthy. Most people think now that certain things like big pharma and the Western medical model system is broken, and people were fed up with it, so they just took their health into their own hands. Like I did the same thing. I was always sick, tired, just generally unwell. I was given a diagnosis of my eyesight saying it's just going to get worse and I can't do much about it. And I wanted to challenge that because I felt it was either sink or swim at this point. So I just, through books, information that I found through these, doctors, therapists, etc., I just learned so much beyond this narrow view of what we were taught in school and what is common knowledge.
Yeah. No, and that's all why I always enjoy talking to you, because it's a different conversation than I'm used to having, because you're trying out new ways that I've never even heard of. Like on the past, we've talked about red light therapy and light therapy. We've talked about peptides. You had these eye drops. You're real big into sunlight and diet and nutrition and various other things, that these alternative methods of that you're using to kind of make your eyes healthier, that aren't being promoted really by in a mainstream sense. And so I always love talking to you because it's like, one, you have to do a lot of your own research, and you have to study and find products, and to a degree you have to be a little bit courageous in trying some things that haven't been tried before. So I always enjoy talking to you because it's like I find it fascinating.
Thank you, and
I hope you take that in a positive way.
Yeah, I take it as a compliment. Don't worry. I'm
yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And really, what I think it is, just to boil it down to, is just ultimately trying to find a connection to nature when it comes to really healing. That's what I think it stems from.
Yeah, I call it alternative. It's like, for a lack of a better word on my end, but you're doing things like I know, like on Instagram, you like to be what's called grounded, and you like to be barefoot and have feet on the ground and have a certain amount of sunlight and avoid looking at your phone past a certain hour. Can you kind of talk to me about, and kind of refresh my memory, and for those who are new to you, about some things that you're currently using or doing in relation to biohacking?
So a lot of things in our health stem from circadian biology, which basically means these clocks that we have in our system, and they run through the eyes, through the suprachiasmatic nucleus. And so that's why I'm a big proponent of setting up my clocks. So just the way the sun rises, goes from noon and then sunset to darkness, we need to follow those light signals. So in the morning, for example, it's a good idea to just get outside, to set your eye clock, to tell your brain and mind that it's it's morning time, so you're getting these certain light frequencies without any sunglasses to set your circadian clock, which prepares these ingredients of hormones and like melatonin and other things to set you up for the day. So if you wake up first thing in the morning and you look at your phone, which is this bright blue light signal, it throws that whole system off, and that circadian biology has been linked to getting pre-diabetes, cataracts, sleep disruption. So basically, we need to follow what the sun is doing. So when it's sun's going down, again, you don't want to be looking at a bright TV, and looking at these light signals can completely disrupt your melatonin for you to sleep properly. I mean, again, you ask anybody, like what do you hear? One of the biggest problems is people have sleep issues. Oh, I can't sleep. My sleep sucks, and that's why. And as well, these computers and these light frequencies are bringing forth an epidemic of myopia, because these lack of red from these screens and our phones. If you look now, there's so many studies showing the power of red light, which is sunrise, and red light therapy devices can drastically improve myopia, presbyopia. So basically, it's me setting this clock, and these are things you can't necessarily see. I mean, if the light is on, it's on, but there's different colors that are there that provide us either healing us or doing the opposite. And it's the same thing with grounding. I mean, there's a lot of science of walking barefoot because our shoes are rubber, which isolates electricity. And if you're overexposed to Wi-Fi signals or your cell phone in your pocket, you build up this charge inside of you. And walking barefoot or touching a tree, like, grounds the electricity. It just disperses this harmful electricity in your system. But if you're walking with rubber-soled shoes, it doesn't do that. And our ancestors were walking barefoot for, thousands and thousands of years. So, like, this stuff makes a lot of sense because it's just been happening to our biology for so long. And, with technology and, just modern lifestyle, we're just completely disconnected from it. I mean, if you're living in a big city, how often are you just going to walk around barefoot? So it's a lot harder.
Oh, never, dude.
Right.
That sounds horrifying.
Yeah. So, and these have profound healing benefits. I mean, there's a lot of science. I'm not just talking woo-woo out of my butt, but there's a lot of data showing this stuff now. So it's I'm not some hippy-dippy